Did you know that in England there is a legend of a shapeshifter that haunts an old ravine, known as the Boggart of Boggart Hill, Clough? This slippery creature has been described by Manchester witnesses as a faceless and tar-black figure that is known to switch between three forms: a bent-backed crone with fingers like splintered bone, a mangy stray dog with far too many joints in its legs, or a sobbing child whose eyes are hollow pits. In 1891, a young girl reported a fright after coming home through the woods one evening. The Boggart appeared as a coal-smeared imp, roughly the size of a terrier. It darted at the girl's feet and morphed into thorns which snagged at her shawl. As she wrestled away, the creature uttered, "Lay down, weary one, the Clough's bed is soft." She managed to tear away, but heard childish giggles leaving her behind. Her shawl was torn to ribbons upon leaving the wood. A Boggart is a historical term, predominantly used in northern England, for an often malevolent or mischievous supernatural spirit. Whilst the etymology is uncertain, it is believed to derive from the word bugger, which translates from Old English to goblin or bog.
So I've never tried this before actually. It's coming down here by the river, by the water. I was on the other side last time I think. There we got a picture straight away, it's a leaf actually. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit! Welcome to Boggarts Clough. This is my second visit here actually. If you don't know anything about Boggarts Clough, I'll tell you in a minute, but there's some things I just want to tell you really. I'll show you a video in a minute about Boggarts Clough. So this is in Blakely in Manchester, and there's reports here of a shapeshifter. This has gone on for some time really, but if you look on Google Maps, they've more or less put a load of houses within a woodland. So let me briefly explain my point where I actually am here. So you can see Boggarts Clough, the boating lake, and in and around this area is lots of houses. Now, before the houses were there, it's my assumption, that this area was just a lot of woodland at one point. Although I can't prove this, but I'm talking, before the 10th century. That's the era I'm talking before. I personally think this would have been one big area of woodland, really, before we had modern day society that's rolled in. So how does that matter? Well, it's a story that matters for me because we'll get more in depth into this story, but you have to be open-minded to what this actually could be. There's so many stories of this area, really. There's obviously more recent ones where someone came here to hide body parts. So I'll let you with a video now. If you don't know anything about Boggarts Clough, I'll let you with this video now. I'll let you with a video of the people that where the body parts got hidden somewhere in the park, so check this out.
Police are searching a park and woodland in Manchester in connection with an ongoing murder investigation. Boggart Hill Clough in Blakely has been taped off.
So having said that, really, this is quite an interesting place. I've got no doubt it's proper spooky at night, so I want to have a look. I want to have a look in some of the other areas than when I came last time, and just to see if anything unnatural is happening. And when I was here last time, it said Boggart's here, Basil. It's never said that. Never said that. Seems to be a lot of animal trails around here.
Boggart's here, Basil.
Boggart's here, yeah. Right, there we go. So there's passageways going everywhere. Yeah, so it's hard to work out which direction you want to go. obviously there's two places that I'm interested in. One of them's it's like a bridge, yeah, and then the other ones were, I came last year and got like a picture of seems like someone's bedroom. But there's so much folklore on this area, you don't know what to believe. Half of it comes from people that have never even been, which is funny really, because they're going on about something when they've not even been there. That annoys me that sometimes, because it's like, what do you know? You've not even been before, so how can you say anything? You can see, like I was saying at the beginning, you know, this once would have just been pure woodland. Look at this. There was a trail down here. Let's go and have a walk down here with Ghost Tube, see what Ghost Tube's saying. Seems rather quiet on Ghost Tube, but the moon face is coming down, so it's quite often that you get that. Right, so it's two conclusions here. It's either sunlight or it's a spirit, actually. So I'm not going to dismiss where I am because it's Boggarts or Clough, but what we're looking at here is some kind of light bluey smoke that just keeps passing the camera, the lower end of the middle of the camera, and then it comes up right into the middle. So that's another passer. You can just see this. It appears to be, you could argue it's a reflection, or it's a spirit, really. I mean, just have a look at this next capture that I'll capture in a minute. But you can't dismiss there's obviously body parts been buried round here, you know. So I wouldn't rule out that there is something of this nature going on Boggarts or Clough. So let's have a look at this one here that just passes. Look at that one. That's significant, if you ask me. So I managed to take two pictures. This is without it, and obviously you can see there it says move over. It's just like two frames that I've took pictures of and then just zoomed in. And then this is with it when it pans across the camera. That's what it looks like in a still shot. So, you know, that's up for discussion, really. Move over.
Move over.
Who are you talking to? So I'm just following the trail here. I don't actually know where I'm going. I've got a cobweb in my face. This brings you to a dead end. Where's there a big there's a big mound here? I don't understand. That tree that's fell down. What the fuck's this? Is that just a tree that's fell down or whatever? Because this trail stops here. Right, so we've got a dodgy gate, an iron gate here, which doesn't really make much sense. There's more of it there.
He's hiding.
Is he? Who's at the Boggart? Maybe he's in there. Right, so that's obviously showing that there's dead trees here. It shows how old it is, really. See, within 100 yards now, I could take another choice and come off the path. I don't actually know where that goes, or so like since I've been here, I haven't seen any trees like this yet, and there's only 3 together. I'm not a tree specialist yet, but they're different trees to all the others. I think there's 4 of them. It's like a fine pine, if you get me. Well, that's not. I can finally see people walking in the park. Look how close this squirrel's getting. He thinks he's getting. I've got nothing for him. Thinks I'm going to feed him. Hello. So there should be an immediate right here somewhere. Is this it? Right, this should take me through the woodland. But the bridge is round here. Is this it here? This is it. Yeah, that's it down there, look. That's where I got the picture last time. So I don't need to do that this time because I'm looking to do something else, which is go through the woodland. Right, so that's where I went last time. Just trying to get my bearings. I came in from that way last time. That's how I left last time. That's the way out. Looking for a new spot really, where I can, when I come back at night, I've got somewhere to aim for, because there's nothing worse than fucking walking around aimlessly at dark. So I never tried this before actually. It's coming down here by the river, by the water. I was on the other side last time I think. There we go, picture straight away, it's a leaf actually. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit! That's what happens, you think. So that was a bit of a rookie error actually. That went up to my, it went up to my, higher than my ankle, that. That's pretty deep, that. Right. I need to get back across now without fucking stepping back in that. Go back up here. Even with my boots on, that's gone right through, I can feel it. Look. That one's not so bad, but definitely that one. So we'll take the immediate left that we was going to take, which is here. After me stepping a big... it was almost like sinking mud, weren't it? I think I'm going back out where I come from. Like that's the exit, I'm sure it is that way. Right, let's go for the boathouse actually. I never got there last time. We've got a bit of a walk through the woods. Well, in fact, this is the spot I wanted previously. Just sit down here for 10. Large. This is bigger one, yeah. This is, I think they're talking about the phone actually. Is that what you're talking about, yeah? So I think they're talking about this device, sorry, that's what I meant to say. This is a larger device, the one that I'm using now. Hidden, yeah. You were saying that before, weren't you?
Paradox. Powering on. Starting ITC3.
That's picking something up behind me actually. No, it's gone. That's yellow actually. I've never seen that on yellow before. I've seen it on red and I've seen it on green, but never yellow. What you're looking at, yeah, is that to go all the way to the top and then voices start coming out? And what you're looking for is any spikes, any red spikes really. Like that.
Please. Smart. Side.
It said haunt that. Sure it did.
They're visiting you.
I bet they are, yeah. Who's there? Can you be more specific? So this is actually new. I'm still trying to learn this interface. You want to communicate on this frequency? Crime.
Crime.
Right. That's from the body parts, I think. If you're dumping body parts here, it's always going to come up that crime. That's how dirty my boots are. let's go. Let's go and see if we can find this boating lake. Look how open it is. I don't know if this is the bridge that I'm looking for. I'm assuming it is. I've not been to this point before. The rivers look really dry, obviously, from the droughts.
And also, D4.
Boo.
Risk of infection.
I just heard a lot of branch cracking. It's probably the birds or whatever. Is this a bridge that they all have hype about? Is it? So this one's like, I don't know if you just seen it then when you were just watching, but I have to slow it down again. It's similar from the last segment that I showed you with the replay. This one's so much more blatant as it runs right across, or darts across the right hand side of this green, as you'll be able to see in a minute as it comes across right about now. That's, for me, that's blatant. For me, it's not a reflection of any kind, because it's going in one direction. It has movement, that it's almost got intelligence as it darts across the screen. Is this a bridge that they all have hype about? Is it?
Oh, 3, 4.
One could assume this takes you out. Yeah, it does. Because that's an housing estate over there.
Go build it.
So is there a shapeshifter here? I don't actually know. Shapeshifters usually hide as animals. Just where I live in Wardle, and we've got something called the Queen of the Well, which is a shapeshifting naiad. Now, I've never come across it, although I've looked for it, but I know people that have. So, there's plenty of animals here that something could potentially shapeshift. But, I mean, to capture evidence of that, you'd have to come here at night without a shadow of a doubt and try to use different techniques. I would have thought in the Woodland area, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for the boat lake and then pick a spot where I can just walk through the wooded area, because that's how the tale goes, that a girl was My girl was going through the woodland and she came across this shapeshifter, which I put in my video. I mean, like I said, I think people's imaginations run away with themselves sometimes, but do I believe the shapeshifter here? Well, there has to be some kind of evidence to suggest so, and there just isn't, and that's the reality of it. So today, really, I just want to have a good look around, more than last time. Go to the areas I didn't go to last time, and then line up a night video, and this is where we'll try and capture some evidence on the shapeshifter, which I think is a little bit far-fetched if you ask me, but shapeshifters do exist, so it's just understanding about them and trying to prove it, really, which can be really difficult. And this is where people won't believe it, but they haven't. The people that don't believe it haven't put any work in. So what I'm trying to say is that the non-believers have put no work in whatsoever to, like, they're not willing to come out and investigation. They're not willing to sacrifice certain things to see if these things are real. They'll just sit with a narrative and not really have any credibility, really. But that's just my opinion on shapeshifters and the belief of shapeshifters. So I just thought I'd give you my little thought on that. Anyway, I don't know what's running next corner, so we'll have a look. But I'm sure this place will be pretty cool at night. Goes to show how old this park is when you've got dead trees. Right, that's got to be the exit. I don't know what that wall is. I just wondered if it had anything to do with the that bridge, and I don't think it does. Although this is really old. Is it? No? It's red brickwork. I thought it was older than it looked, really, actually, then. So we'll try and find the boat lake. What I keep noticing is shit like this. It's like almost like animal trails down to the river. There's another one here, look. I don't know where that goes. So this left should take me to the lake. I've never been to the lake, so I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. Oh look, there's plenty of people here. Look at that for strange. There's air bubbles coming from somewhere. I don't think it's that deep actually, but there'd be air bubbles coming from the lake. There's one over there as well, look. So the bubbles in the water, they're actually cleaning the lake. I think there's some kind of filters or something. It was being explained to me on this. It was actually on this video, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to reveal the person really that I was speaking to. So obviously the lakes here is absolutely brilliant in the daytime. The wildlife is obviously teething, as you can see, and seeing 6 little babies like that, is obviously absolutely great. So this area, like I say, it's really interesting, to be honest. I wasn't expecting this, and I've never been to this area, so it was nice to see it in the daytime. I'm sure it's rather spooky at night time. So there were plenty of people at this park. Obviously, it's a well-used park. There's this park has a lot of history and a lot of folklore. Now I don't know if that's real, and there's some terrapins are supposed to be there as well that I've seen, but I don't know if they're real either. I don't know if they're just resting in the sun, and yeah, I couldn't get my head around that one whether they were real or not. I'm sure they are real, but it'd be unlikely that they put statues of a heron there and terrapins. But even less, it's like I say, it's a great place. This actually, I enjoyed the walk round, and then it was off to the woodland really. Just so as that lady said, that the bubbles, the filters that they've put into the lake so it can be cleaned. It seems a really popular place, to be honest, to come. I've seen quite a lot of people so far. Look at this, well, it's an old entrance that's been chained off now. I don't know which way you'd come through that foliage there. I don't even know what the sign says, to be honest. But you're not getting through there now, are you? So let's see if we can find the woodland, the deepest point of the woodland. So let's see if we can find, like I say, the deepest point of the woodland and see what intelligence comes through a ghost tube, any pictures that's relevant. And then try and line up a night video, really. It's really risky coming here at night, apparently, because there's, like I said on ghost tube, it's high crime, but I just can't see people coming here at night. We'll now look for a wooded area after we've walked around the lake, on the boating lake. So the majority of people I've seen coming here, I don't find it strange, yeah, but I'm here on my own, yeah, and everyone I've more or less seen is on their own when they come here. I just seen a girl down there, yeah. How she's on her own, I don't know. And then there was a guy on her own, that woman in a wheelchair who I talked to on her own. Why is that? I go to many places. I go to many places and there's people usually go together and there's people coming here on their own. So I did have a walk in deeper into the woodland, and before I entered, I was obviously recording. This is obviously not strange to this, but I came across another person on their own. This guy walked down from the pathway above, and he had a big long jacket on, and I was just wondering why he had that jacket on when it was red hot. I just I couldn't get my head around that. But he's to their own. Some people do that, don't they? I just thought that was strange. How one person's got a big jacket on and they're coming down into the park on their own. So again, this area is definitely mysterious, if that makes sense. I don't know too much about this area, what it used to be, but this video will make me do more research for when I do my third video where I do my night investigation, where I should be able to tell you a lot more about the past, and try to extract something from the past really to match up with what the documentations are saying. So this, like I say, is definitely a comeback video, definitely at night time as well. So I've heard so many people talk about this area at night, and I've seen videos also, so it'll definitely be a night video here, definitely sometime soon. I once told a story of watching a video of someone come here and they heard someone digging and they were trying to make out it was some kind of troll or something, like a leprechaun or something. I also seen a video of a guy coming down them steps that I was with a mask and like a machete, but it obviously... I don't really. I think it was obviously staged. I don't think that was real. So I don't think there's men with masks on running around with machetes. But obviously there is a video trying to portray that somewhere on TikTok. But like I say, it's the night video should tell us more. So we have another bridge here. Let's see if we get a picture. When we do straight away, I've not even got to it yet. What's that actually? It's like a cage in a stone, doesn't it? It's not as deep as the others, it's quite shallow actually. I think I remember this from last time. Oh, interesting. So I want to finish my video on what used to be Booth Hall Children's Hospital, which is obviously right across from the Boggarts Hall Clough, and I didn't know that until the other day, till I started doing my research on the area, and I always wanted to go to Booth Hall Hospital because I went there as a kid and I wanted to obviously go back to the site, and this is it. I don't know if anyone remembers Booth Hall Hospital, but this is more or less the entrance to the hospital back in the day. It's a housing estate, as you can see now, but this board will tell you all about this, about Booth Hall and its history, which is, for me, it's really good actually. It goes back to the 19th century, and it tells you all about the hospital and the wards and the more or less the lifestyle really, and it's just a way to remember the people that worked there and the patients, and the era really, that era of the I think it's shot in 2010. So it's more or less from the 1907 to 2010. Forgive me if I got my dates wrong, but I'm sure it's something like that. But so with this being one of the UK's top hospitals for its time, I just left some pictures at the end. So I'll just leave on these photos from the past. So that's obviously Booth Hall Children's Hospital as you come in. These are obviously some pictures throughout the years from Booth Hall Hospital. I mean, these are self-explanatory really, as Booth Hall really had an era of time where they really pushed the boundaries when it came to medical care. This was by far one of the UK's leading top hospitals for its time.